Welcome to yet another episode of the Day in the Life series of the Tech Talk Show with me, Kazeem. I have Annie Talvasto on the show with me today, and I'm going to be talking to her about her role as a senior product marketing manager. You're welcome to the Tech Talk Show, Annie.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
So before we delve in, Annie, can you please tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
Yeah, so I am a senior product marketing manager at Camunda, which is a end-to-end process orchestration company. Very developer focused, a very B2B tech as well. Overall, my career has spanned from early stage startups in the cloud field to large tech enterprises such as Microsoft as well. And I've gone from startup enablement and events and these kind of activities to nowadays product marketing management. In my free time, I also do a lot of tech community work. So I organize meetups, I speak at events, and so forth. And I'm also, for those reasons and those activities, I am also an Azure MVP as well as a CNCF ambassador.
It would be nice to know what your day looks like working as a product marketing manager. You mentioned you're an MVP, you give your time to doing some community related stuff. So tell us about what your day looks like doing your job. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think the daily life of a product marketing manager or senior product marketing manager varies quite a lot. There's a lot of different activities, and there are activities that are more traditional PMM work, and then there are activities that differ from company to company where you work and what's the position of PMM work within that company. So, for example, at Camunda, we are very tightly knit with the product group, so the product team, and we work really closely with them. So, what this means that, but we also obviously work on this from our own angle. So, it means that we're really focusing on mastering and grafting a product positioning and messaging, as well as really kind of managing product launch, either from a different point of view. So when a new version of our product launches, we're usually the ones who are leading the charge there. And also, we're really driving a lot of different cross organizational projects, as well as creating and delivering sales collateral. So, making sure that our company and field is best equipped with the best knowledge that they can be about the product and how it should be positioned to our customers and users. And as well as then we're also conducting customer and market research, so mapping the landscape, understanding the technological aspects and advances that are around in our landscape going on, as well as the future as well. We are also very involved with reporting product marketing metrics, as well as me personally. I'm very involved with general growth metrics for the company as well. And then we also onboard new customers and ensure that they're set up for success. And what this means is essentially that when a customer success team might take a very account-based approach, for example, I look after activities that across all of the accounts, the full product suite. So, for example, what information do our customers get when they first sign into the product, when they start their trial? What do they learn? When do they learn what they learn? Which information they receive in the form of webinars, emails, in-product bumpers. So there's a lot of things that you can do to make sure that the users are set for success and they have all the tools that they need in order to use our platform effectively. So a lot of these kind of things. And then obviously these activities vary day to day on how much we do of each activity on this day or this week. But it's a mix of all of these things that I've just mentioned.
When people tell me they work in marketing, right, I usually like to ask what attracted them to marketing. So I'm going to be asking you the same question as well. What attracted you to marketing, and was marketing something you studied in college?
Yeah, I did study. I studied international business in university. So we did have some marketing courses that went through, particularly from an international angle. So I did not major in marketing per se. In general, what attracted me to marketing, I didn't ever choose marketing per se. I've kind of attracted to it, I guess, naturally through different career paths. And what really interests me in it, I really love working in tech and in technology field because it's very interesting. It drives a lot of interesting projects forward, and I really am passionate about what tech can do for the world and how it can make things better. So marketing inside of tech itself is very interesting because it takes kind of very storytelling and human aspects quite often and then marries them together with these technological aspects. So how do we make compelling stories? How do we make our products understandable to wider audiences? Are all very interesting questions, and I think working with those type of questions are really interesting. And marketing itself has a really, to me, very deep business driven aspect. So if you have well functioning marketing as in the company, you should be driving adoption, you should be driving engagement with your users in a very nice level, which then drives the business metrics as well, which is, I think, amazing to see. And particularly very data driven marketing, I think, has a great impact into the strategic position that the company has within the market. So that is kind of what attracts me to marketing particularly.
I'm not very sure, right, what the difference is between a product manager and a product marketing manager. So I'm going to let you help us out here. Is there a difference between those two roles? And if there is, what's the difference between the two?
Yeah, there is. It's at the same time, it's a very big difference and a very small difference, to be honest. So what this means is that both of the teams, so product marketing management and product management, work very closely within a lot of different teams within the company. So within, they work with engineering, they work with other marketing departments, DevRel, all of the customer success, sales, and all of these different stakeholders. And the main focus within both PMM and PM work is the product. But then these two teams take a bit of a different approach into it. So whereas product management works with, okay, what is the product roadmap? How do we, what is the next features that our users need the most? How to prioritize these things and so forth. Then the PMM team, the product marketing management team works on how do we get this product that the product management team has been deeply involved with creation, how do we get it to the market? So for example, how do we do a product release? So how do we do, who do we market this to? What are the personas that we're working with? How do we position it? What do we actually call the product, for example? But obviously, a lot of these things working are created together, working together as a product marketing and product marketing as a product management team. So it's never either one of these teams working separately, it's working together. But that's exactly where the kind of distinction comes through. So the other one is the focusing so more in the product building side, and then the product marketing management is working on the go-to-market side of it. So how do we actually then get this product out to the customers, and how do we represent it to them in the way that does the product justice?
So, as someone who has been in product marketing for a time, right? So what would you say are the three main qualities that someone holding this role should have, right? To be successful.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it really does connect to a lot of the day in the life activities that I was talking about. So I think one needs to have good project management capabilities, or at least either skills that they have acquired within their career, or natural interest to learn those and develop themselves within that field and understanding. So because you have to really work across a lot of different multiple type of teams, so stakeholder management, project management, how do I get these projects up and running in a successful way within a company is hugely crucial. And then I think another skill or an area that they need to learn is, and need to learn, is customer focus. So which sounds maybe a bit of a silly thing to say as a skill, but it is a skill to be thinking about, because product marketing manager has to be thinking about the customer first almost all the time. So you have to have kind of focus to the customer and obviously understanding the customer. So that depends on the industry that you're working with. Are you in B2C or B2B? And then truly kind of focusing on the customer and prioritizing those kind of interactions to get the most out of it. Because if you don't understand the customer needs, how can you properly fit the product needs to the customer needs in a way. So it's incredibly crucial. And I think another thing that is very important is substance know-how as well. So it's really great to see product marketing managers that have come from a certain area, either from product management or marketing side of things, or some other team where they've honed into some specific skill. So, for example, the person might have specialized in the content creation before, and that's why they can bring a lot of those skills to benefit then the product angle more. Or they might have come from a product management background, or they might come from an event background, or a public speaking background, or whatever it is. Taking those skills that where you have deep substance and then putting them into use within this very kind of very rich in different variety of areas that you need to know. It helps because if you are an expert into one area, that might help you with understanding all of the other stakeholders that you have to work with. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's try to wrap up with this now, Annie. For those interested in being a product marketing manager, just like yourself now, so what advice would you like to share with those people?
Yeah. Well, I think this connects to the previous question really well, to be honest. I think the number one thing maybe is obviously thinking about does it fit you? Have a bit of a try out yourself if you can. Read more about it, understand is it suitable for you? Because if it's not of interest to you, then it's good to learn that early on as well, of course. But other than that, obviously, as mentioned before, really learn about the industry that you maybe want to work with. So, for example, for me, that is technology. So, being an expert in technological field in the field that you want to focus on is a great benefit as well. Then working on those project management skills is really crucial, as well as soft skills. So working together with teams, working together with customers, and all of these things are highly important. And I think in general, be kind to yourself and take your time to learn and really truly kind of digest information and truly learn from it yourself as well. So that always helps.
But before we say bye bye, Annie, I want to ask you this question, right? Do you make more money as a marketer, or do you make more money as a technical person? Which one makes you the most money?
It depends. It depends always. Usually, the roles that have a lot of different areas intertwined are quite good in the compensation range. So, anywhere roles that require you to be an expert in both marketing and product, for example, or in product and engineering and so forth, or business and engineering, or so forth, they are usually at the kind of skill sets that are very rare to see combined in people. So those are really nice as far as compensation goes as well.
So here is where we're gonna have to call it a wrap on today's episode of the show. Thank you very much, Annie, for joining me on today's episode. But just in case we have people interested in reaching out, how can they reach you, Annie?
Yeah, you can find me in Twitter, for example, or LinkedIn. Always happy to answer questions in those places as well.
So again, thank you very much for your time. So here is when myself and Annie is gonna say goodbye now. So and I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you and bye bye.